It was a tough choice this week, but I've been to see Sicario. Sicario. It's a thriller, and it's more than that, but it's ultimately also a little bit less. This anyway is Canadian director Denis Villeneuve's take on the tremendously successful war on drugs. Set on either side of the US-Mexican border, it features some pretty big guns in the shape of the ever-reliable Benicio del Toro as a shadowy Latin figure with a score to settle. Looks like he means business. Josh Brolin's along as well, freshly back from his frostbite as a mysterious intelligence operative in flip-flops, the Maverick. And of course there's Emily Blunt, who gets top billing as FBI agent Kate Mesa, who's drawn into a cross-border mission against the drug cartels. Dangerous business this, because if anybody knows how to smoke a blunt, it's those drug barons. Of course, Emily's real role in this film is actually to allow director Villeneuve to take a look at the hidden side of the drugs world. She's like a tooled up Alice in Wonderland, in fact, sent through the looking glass and quite literally down a rabbit hole at one point to the nightmarish world on the other side of the border, where it's off with their heads in a very real sense. Juarez, Mexico, is indeed George W. Bush famously once asked. Now, this opening hour of the film is tremendous stuff. It's got drama, it's got tension, it's got lovely sunset cinematography, sleek convoys of blacked out SUVs, and probably the tensest traffic jam I've seen since the Italian Job. The score also is brilliantly menacing, probably the most nightmarish soundtrack any film has had since Justin Bieber's Believe. And this whole opening hour feels like it would make an absolutely terrific first episode of a TV series about the war on drugs, possibly called Narcos. It looks like we're heading to a really dark place together, but ultimately the rest of the movie doesn't quite live up to it, possibly because it is a movie. Director Villeneuve has to get us out and the place cleaned up in time for the next showing. So out goes all the nuance, out goes Kate Mesa, and instead we get an extended Black Ops sequence involving Del Toro, who it now turns out was actually the real protagonist of this story. Now, the director does throw in a coda, a largely ineffective one as well afterwards, to try and link up these two halves of the film. But after all the eye-opening scenes of the first half, this makes for a very anticlimactic ending, and it also renders Emily Blunt's character largely pointless, much like her surname. All in all then, Sicario rather reminded me of a weaponized version of an earlier Benicio del Toro film about the war on drugs, Steven Soderbergh's Traffic, without perhaps the gravitas of that movie. Sort of like a traffic light, if you will. Now, it does have a brain, and Villeneuve does deserve credit for tackling the bigger picture. And it is beautifully shot too, as I say, although it won't be winning any awards from the mayor of Juarez, who apparently is going to sue for defamation. Overall, an entertaining enough film as long as you don't get your hopes up in that blistering first hour. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Close, but no Sicario.
Excuse me, can I have a popcorn, please?
No.
Thank you very much.